Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's your host, Andrew Salazar. Welcome to The Art of Comics. We're going to now head on to issue 2 of our 100 Bullets little marathon. This is such a good comic, guys. If you do not have these, you need to get these. They're really good, and we're going to go through it. But before we do that, let's do some housekeeping. If you want to support this channel and enjoy all the wonderful content and chats that we've been having here, go to the Patreon in the link in the description below. There, you will have access to all my creative comics, all the scripts I do, short film projects, the daily strips, all that will be at your fingertips. Plus, you'll get to kind of be involved in the process of this channel. You can help move it and shape it and let me know what topics and things you want on this channel. I'll do it. That's right. I'll go out and buy some random ass comic book and I'll go over it because you wanted me to, because you're a patron. And the patrons at Patreon are la creme de la creme. They are the upper echelon society, and you want to be a part of that, don't you? So there you go. Also, like and subscribe to the channel. If you like this video and you subscribe to this channel, you don't have to pay attention to it, but it helps me, okay? So those are 2 things you can do. Thank you a lot for your support. Now, on to the show. Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Risso, knock it out of the park. This is a 3-part story that's going to introduce the world of Dizzy, Isabella Cordova, and Agent Graves, and this kind of conspiracy that's happening, okay? So let's dive into episode 2 right now. Are you ready? Okay, another great cover by Johnson. About around issue, I think it's around issue 8 or 9, Johnson just starts like totally evolving as a cover artist and does some really amazing things. So excited to start sharing those once we get down. Okay, again, same colorist, Grant Golish, love it. This was edited by Axel Alonso. You guys remember him? Yeah. This is such a great book. I really do love it. I love the color palette. Eduardo really does these great overhead shots, these isometric kind of angles. I love the way he draws Dizzy. I love the kind of black silhouette hair, the solid black hair. It's very kind of Toth, you know, a little bit of Alex Toth. You see that? Some Miller. There's a lot of different kind of things in here, but I really, really like it. And I love the way the deadline, the Rapidograph deadline outlines everything out. And he just puts just the right folds for skin and things to give it that 3-dimensional look. Beautiful little, like, sweet little cute breasts on her. I mean, it's silly, right? It's like, what are you talking about, nipples? But it's like, it's part of the image. And you see, like, okay, you know she's not wearing a bra, and there's something, you know, there's something sexy about it. I mean, that's what we're doing here. So she's home. Dizzy's home. She just opened up that case with the 100 bullets and the gun and a little dossier on who killed Hector and Santiago. So her mom shows up now, her and her, I guess, boyfriend. And her mom looks just like her, but a little bit older. What a great treat. I mean, really brilliant on how to do that. Just take a moment to look at this page. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels, but look how it's composed. Open panel here that goes out to the bleed, Dutch angled a little bit, okay? Then these 2 panels here, side by side. This overlapped panel, foreground shot of the guy. She's there in the shadow there. Then him again, with them in the background, so you still see all the figures. You still have plenty of space for the dialogue, because these books are dialogue heavy. Azzarello puts a lot of meat on these pages, and so you got to make sure you strategize where that's going to be. Then we go here, this really nice silhouette between the legs. She's there again, showing a lot of depth. Then we go here, and we see this doily, and it's kind of like a little altar in a way of the death of her family. And the mom is like, hey, you know what? You got to move on. Got to go make another family. Don't be weak, you know. Then a close-up of mom. Just really great storytelling, you guys. It really is good. And this was done 20 years ago, and it's just state-of-the-art stuff. I love the silhouettes. I'm going to say that all the time. This is a great little image too. The face, the sadness in here with the tear tattoo works perfectly in the eyes and the hair, beautiful hair coming down. It's just badass. I mean, it's just I think this is top stuff. Switching scenes now, moving on to Emilio, her brother, who's kind of this young hood kid, kind of a hot shot. Now he's balling here. Again, great silhouettes here, just really nice action, cool angles, some nice little like movement going on here as he drives to the ring, to the hoop rather. You know, this is my house, you chumps just tenants. Love it. Great line, just great dialogue. So we show that he's a baller. He's, you know, the guy who's on the making a name for himself. He's got a rep. Dizzy's there talking about, hey, do you know these two cops that kind of harassed me last night, Swirsky and Morgan? And he's like, no, I don't know them by the name, but I know what they do, and they respect me because I'm an OG, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, whatever, you're just all talk. And then he's got his little flip phone. They got some business. They're going to go ride. We don't know what for, but they got something going down. Next, third scene we got, which is only a one-page scene. You don't really have these too much. Here's a little one-page scene in a strip club. Now, let me give you parental guidance here, or whatever you call this. This comic's going to have a lot of strip club scenes. They are frequently at the strip club. Again, it's kind of true to life, you guys. This is, I don't consider it salacious necessarily. I think it's just, you know, it's like The Wire. It's the way it is. And these cops go to strip clubs, and that's not uncommon either. So this is one of those strip clubs that have like dinner and lunch. You can just go have lunch there. Some of them open like at 1 o'clock. You just go have lunch and watch some titties and ass. So they're chatting about Disney. And they're like, hey, what's up with that girl, that little Chicana that was able to like have a gun? And what's up with that business? How does she get to carry a piece? And so it turns out, they're like, hey, you know that kid, Hector? That was her husband. So they know something. So it sounds like there is a connection there, and I don't want to spoil it, but they're connected to Hector and his death in some way. And so we're going to learn about what that's about. The fourth scene is now kind of going back to Dizzy's old life with these girls who now are mothers. She was in prison for a few years, and now they're a little bit older. They're in their probably mid-20s. They got kids, and these little hoochie mamas are, you know, lamenting the life that being a thug girl has led them. And you know, they mentioned Emilio, her brother, being kind of a young, strapping little boy who's kind of kicking some ass, and he's hot and everything, and they're just like trying to figure out what are we gonna do, right, with our life. Again, a lot of movement, a lot of character in it's just, you know, it's just really cool. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. She's got a kid. She's got a kid, and they're all like mixed in there really nice and tight. A lot of overlap. It just makes for a really nice dynamic art. And then we've got this really great close-up, and then we zoom in on her and her mouth, talking about, eating pussy or whatever. So it's just freaking well done. The scene continues. We see some cops go by. The cops are like kind of harassing him a little bit and saying, "Hey, you guys need to leave the park. Something's about to go down." And then Emilio drives by, and she's like, "What's up, Emilio? What are you doing?" And then he's like, "We gotta go. Something's happening." And it turns out that there was a big ass killing spree that happened at this bar, or not a bar. It's like I guess it's a home or some place. Yeah, it's where so this is the OGs. I guess this is like where some of the old school gang members kind of chill. And it looks like someone came in there and just started shooting the whole freaking place up. Now, Dizzy, I don't know how she gets past the cops, but she sneaks in and sees these people, recognizes them. The cops are like, "Get on out of here, fool." And she sees those two cops again, Morgan and Swirsky. And he's like unbuckling his freaking gun. He's about to bust that gun out on her. And they put her, I don't know what they charge her with, but they put her in the damn, maybe tampering with the evidence or involved in the scene of a crime, something like that, because they just put her ass in the back of the car and they take her away. Don't really get what the charge was. But guess what? She gets sprung. And they're like, "Well, how's that happen?" "Well, you got out." Love this. This is cool, man. So freaking great drawing. The color on this is really nice too. So she's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm bouncing." And it was Emilio. Yeah, but here's the thing though. This is a tell. Dizzy's like, "Yo, Dizzy, hey Emilio, thanks for springing me." There's a question there because he did not spring her. It was Agent Graves. I think we find out later. And then he's like, "Yeah, no sweat. Don't worry about it. It's your blood, man. At least I could do. You okay?" Yeah, so he did not do it. He did not let her get her out. What he was doing, just hanging out there, maybe he was hoping she would come out, or I don't know what that connection was, but he was there. And so you know what happened? You mean how you tried to go off on those two cops? Yeah, I know. What are you thinking, Diz? Who put that in your head? Well, who put that in the head is the freaking images in the briefcase, right? Sometimes it's best. So then she busts his chops and going like, "Hey man, why didn't you go out after them if you knew that the Lords did this? If you knew that the Lords hit the OGs, this other gang, why aren't you retaliating?" And he's like, "Sometimes you gotta let the 5-0 do their job, earn their paycheck." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? "No, I don't." Later. "Dizzy, leave this alone. I ain't playing." Dizzy's mom, boyfriend, and little brother are sacked down in front of the TV. She goes into her room, grabs a Smith & Wesson. We know she's going to go cause some problems. So, there you go. What happens in issue 3? Well, stay tuned for next episode and we'll talk about it. And we'll just keep going. Thanks, guys, for watching. Have a good one.